Well, hey, YouTube people, Facebook people, Instagram people, all my friends and followers on all these platforms. Tim here. I just wanted to stop in and say that I really appreciate you, and I want to talk about some specific thing right now and an announcement that's kind of exciting. For the last couple of years, I've been putting out books, and for the most part, I think that the people who are purchasing these books, which are doing quite well, by the way, they're available on Amazon, and for the most part, people who purchase these books are my followers on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, plus the people I've actually had personal contact with at seminars, private lessons, and Patreon, etc. So I just wanted to thank you for that, because I know that this YouTube thing is kind of not something I really have mastered in terms of giving you the perfect type of videos all the time and checking in and putting a new video up every week and all that kind of stuff that they say you're supposed to do. But I do have a large number of subscribers, and it looks like many of these subscribers are actually supporting me in my work. I wanted to talk just a little bit about the books that I have out, just so if you don't know, you can get up to speed on it. The first book that I put out with Guitar Vivo is called Melodic Jazz Guitar Chord Dictionary. And the chord dictionary, which you can see here, is really an organizational system where you can find a particular type of chord with a particular note as the top voice. So if you're looking for an A minor 7 chord with an E on top, the fifth of the chord, you can find these kind of chords very quickly. They're all on one page. And if you want an A minor 7 flat 5 with the 11th on top, you can find those chords, and they'll be available to you. You can look them up quickly and then use them in whatever capacity you want to use them. So that's the Melodic Jazz Guitar Chord Dictionary. The next book that I put out was called Melodic Jazz Guitar Chord Phrases, because people said, hey, this is great, this dictionary book is great, but what do I do with all of these chords? So I made this book that I think is really quite helpful in learning how to play melodic phrases that utilize chords and melodies together. So you might see something like this in that book. We go through step by step various common chord progressions, including static chords. If you've got 4 bars of a 1 chord, what do? 5 to 1 if you've got a G7 moving to C or an A7 moving to D, etc. in various keys. It's all over the place with that. All the different examples are filmed, and you can see videos of me playing them. They're all written out, and I also explain them in the book. So then the next book was a bit of a departure from that. We call it Melodic Blues Guitar Soloing. My idea with this book is we often in jazz, we think of learning the melody and then using the melody as a springboard for our soloing, but very seldom in blues, typical traditional blues guitar, is the emphasis on the vocal melody being a starting point for your solo. So what I did in that book is I took common songs that everybody plays at jam sessions and whatnot, and I built a solo step by step based on the melody, the sung melody of the song, and then from there develop a more melodic palette of ideas that are related to the song rather than just blowing on the changes. And now comes the exciting new announcement. I have a new book coming out on November 30th. There's going to be a free master class. The link is in the description to be able to sign up for that class. If you fill out the form, you'll get an email and it'll get you to the master class. Free master class on the subject of melodic jazz guitar 251 phrases. It's really a vocabulary book. And some of the ideas in the book are quite easy and sort of beginner level, and other ones are much more advanced and using different kinds of substitution principles. There are long major 2/5s, meaning a bar of the 2, a bar of the 5, and a bar of the 1. And then there are short 2/5 in major, meaning that the 2 and the 5 share a bar, 2 beats each, and they resolve more quickly to the 1. There are also long minor 2/5 and short minor 2/5. But there's also instruction on every line. There's an instructional description of what's going on, so you can really get to the bottom of what my choices are. And unlike many books that I've seen where the ideas are really kind of written in advance and they're usually not very exciting musically, what I did maybe a little differently on this book is I actually just played a whole ton of 2/5 ideas, one after the other, and then we transcribe them and then I teach about them. So the ideas are actually musical ideas that are played in a musical context, conceived improvisationally, and then we learn about them. Okay, and I think that might show you that there's a little bit more rhythmical variation, there's a little bit more outside qualities, rather a lot of chromaticism that can't be explained simply by saying play this scale over this chord. That's something we talk about a little bit, but we mostly refer to the phrases themselves and what the contour and quality of the phrases are. So that's a new book, Melodic Jazz Guitar 2/5 Licks. You can shoot me. I promised myself I would never use the word lick in a book, but it turns out that the algorithms that help to promote the book on Amazon don't like any of my ideas. They like the word lick better. So I'm biting the bullet and biting my tongue about it, just so we can get it out there to you. It doesn't really matter what we call it, as long as you can find it, and then you can pick it up and learn from it. All right, so that new book looks like this, and it's called Melodic Jazz Guitar 2/5 Licks. The master class will be this coming Sunday, November 30th, and I would like you to come because it's going to be free, and you could hear me talk about the book, talk about some of the ins and outs, about learning these things that I can expand upon things that are in the book. Of course, the master class will then be in the package. All the examples are on video, they're on Guitar Pro, they're on various other music notation programs, and you'll be able to speed them up and slow them down and do all those things that you need to do to learn these things. Get them under your fingers, get them in your ear. So I'm very excited about this, and I hope to see you over there. And if you like this kind of thing, you can also join timsguitarworkshop.com. I'll leave a link for that as well in the description. And that's where weekly I'm teaching about all of these things: solo guitar, melody guitar, improvisation theory, all these kinds of things. It's a wonderful community, and I'd love to also see you over there. Okay, take care.